The country's future depends on a successful Latino community, which is strengthened by successful Latinas. 2 donation meters are now located in the Grand Park, while 4 more will be on the way. Aside from spare change and credit cards, the meter will generate money through sponsorships annually. Missile strikes in Syria killed at least 26 pro-government fighters. The strikes hit 2 military targets in Aleppo and Hama. Many individuals are too embarrassed to admit their living situation. Meanwhile, the shelter is seeking a financial increase for support via contributions to their website. In Santa Monica, I'm Marissa Martinez, Valley View News.
You are all our future, every one of you.
500 Latina high schoolers attended the Adelante Mujer Career Conference at CSUN. For more than 25 years, the conference has given young women opportunities to learn about professional careers. Organizers are excited to show girls role models they can relate to.
I feel that way they can kind of see themselves one day in their place by presenting them with role models.
Students choose between 14 career workshops led by Latina professionals. Advising sessions for engineering, dentistry, and medicine were filled with eager students. Maria Correal said the conference has motivated her to become an engineer or architect.
I'm undocumented, and I like that there's an opportunity for me to become someone in life.
Keynote speaker Dr. Alma Lopez talked about difficult issues that students can relate to. She said workshop participants should create, connect, and collaborate with each other. 37% of Californians are Latina. This conference is meant to encourage Latinas to get more education to help achieve their dreams.
To watch them listen so intently and ask so many questions really made me feel honored that they would want to listen to what I have to say, or that they would want to listen to my story and learn from the experiences that I've had in being able to be a journalist.
The country's future depends on a successful Latino community, which is strengthened by successful Latinas. In Northridge, I'm Marissa Martinez for Valley View News.
I am no different from anyone else. I am no different than any of the people I went to school with, the people that I went to college with. The only difference is that I just happened to be born on the other side of the border.
More than 800,000 DACA recipients fear for their livelihoods. 28-year-old Karen Ordaz is one of them. She's a successful media producer for a Silicon Valley high-tech company. Despite career success, Ordaz says she still stresses about her future, even though her company supports her staying in the U.S.
Being able to work for a company that supports you and understands what you're going through is incredibly powerful, and it makes me feel safe.
Ordaz's younger sister is the only family member with legal status. The toughest moment for Ordaz could be being separated from her little sister. The stress on her family is heartbreaking and challenging. Her little sister hopes to help the family status once she turns 21. She can sponsor her family's citizenship.
It's hard. It's hard to worry about yourself, but you're also worried about your parents, and you're also worried about your sibling that, is here. She has her life here. This has been her home, and having to still worry about, will her family still be here?
In Silicon Valley, I'm Marissa Martinez for Valley View News.
While North and South Korea met in hopes of ending the Korean War.
And President Trump welcomed French President Emmanuel Macron.
Here's Valley View's international reporter Marissa Martinez with more.
Thank you, Cameron. It's been more than 10 years since the two Koreas last met. Recently, the two met to negotiate the possible signing of a peace treaty to officially end the Korean War. They will also discuss denuclearization for the North. So far, they've settled on a deal to talk further. North Korean President Kim Jong-un said he'll abandon his nation's nuclear weapons program if the U.S. agrees to formally end the Korean War and promise not to invade. Also, Kim Jong-un claims he'll shut down its nuclear testing site in May. He is also inviting experts and journalists to watch the shutdown. Kim became the first North Korean leader to cross into South Korean territory since 1953. Meanwhile, South Korean leader Moon is set to travel to Washington in mid-May to brief President Trump on his meeting with Kim. Missile strikes in Syria killed at least 26 pro-government fighters. The strikes hit 2 military targets in Aleppo and Hama, where pro-government fighters were stationed. There's no official word on who carried it out, but evidence is pointing to Israel. The latest strikes come after tensions between Syria and Israel following the deadly April 9th incident in which Syrian military bases were struck. French President Emmanuel Macron visited Washington for his first official state visit. Lavish White House dinner was held along with a tree planting. The tree came from the Belleau Wood Forest in France. During World War I, 9,000 American Marines died in Belleau Wood battle. The tiny oak tree mysteriously vanished after the dedication. A photographer took a picture of the area where the tree once stood. It showed only a pale yellow patch of grass in the place. But later, the White House explained that the tree had to be put in quarantine for a short time. Macron's visit was a chance to discuss climate change, the Iran nuclear deal, and the status of Jerusalem. France watchers say Macron is intent on improving his nation's image abroad. That's all for international news. I'm Marissa Martinez. Back to you in the studio.